With Spooky Scorch surfacing all across Appalachia this weekend and here until April 3rd, I decided to put together a guide on some of the best locations where you can hunt them down and claim all of the spooky treat bags they leave behind. And with this guide I've narrowed it down to some of the best spots where you'll be guaranteed to find Spooky Scorched. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So, before we hop into our first location that we'll be checking out, I want to quickly note that for players who have participated in this seasonal event on multiple occasions, no, there aren't any new rewards added with this year's event loot pool. So if you've claimed all the rewards from last year's bout of Spooky Scorched, then unfortunately this might come as a bit of a disappointment. However, regardless if you're new to the game or if you're a veteran, seasonal events like this are a great source for farming scrip and other materials, so there's still something for everyone. Now, very similar to my Treasure Hunter guide, the Spooky Scorched event runs the exact same way as the Treasure Hunter mole miners, as in there will be locations all across the wasteland you can find them at, and once you loot their bodies you'll find a unique item that you can open up that will reward you with a unique outfit and other materials such as ammo, junk and much more. Plus, you'll more than likely be able to find legendary items along with that too. So with that, let's check out our first location. The first location is probably one of the best that can help trigger Spooky Scorched, and that is to make your way to the Morgantown airport and start the event Collision Course. This event can be triggered once you enter the area at the back of the airport, and all you need to do is to defend the area from 5 waves of Scorched. And the great thing about having Scorched as the primary enemy of this event is that you have a chance during each wave for Spooky Scorched to spawn. So even if you have a daily or a weekly challenge to complete where you need to kill a certain amount of Spooky Scorched, this event is definitely one to hit up as soon as you enter the world. And a quick note, you can trigger this event several times, however there is a cooldown before you can trigger it again. So wait roughly 30 minutes or so and come back. However, if you want to speed up the process, you can server hop and head back to the same location and trigger it again, unless somebody else has already done so. The second location on the list is Camden Park, just south of the Nuka-Cola plant. Similar to the Mole Miner Treasure Hunters, this location is a great one, as you're guaranteed to find at least 2 to 3 Spooky Scorched roaming the fairgrounds. Just make sure to cover most of the locations around the fairgrounds, such as the bumper cars, inside of the Raider Shantytown area and around the concession stands. Normally, Scorch will spawn here anyway, however locations that have Scorch will also help increase your chances, as Spooky Scorch will more than likely be roaming close by. The third location, or I should say locations, as you're almost guaranteed to find Spooky Scorch wandering these areas, and that is fissure sites. Usually if you head to any fissure site like Fissure Site Prime, the fissure site just east of Survey Camp Alpha, and the fissure site just west of the Pumpkin House, you'll normally find Scorch roaming around the site itself, and usually you'll also find Spooky Scorch very close by. So if you can, make sure to head out to each of these fissure sites located around the map, as these locations will be a great source of farming Spooky Scorched. The next location on the list is another great one for Scorched, and that is the Wavy Willards Water Park, located northwest of the Toxic Valley. As I've mentioned before, locations that normally have Scorched roaming around the area is a great opportunity to increase your chances of finding Spooky Scorched, and located all across Wavy Willards, you'll find Scorched patrolling the park. Just make sure to check out each area around the water park, as very similar to Mole Miner Treasure Hunters, Spooky Scorch will give off an audio cue, so just make sure to listen out as you'll be guaranteed to find them. And our final location is located directly in the middle of the map, right beside the top of the world, and that is the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort, followed by the Pleasant Valley Cabins and also Skullbones Vantage. This location, like our previous location, is infested with Scorched roaming around the interiors of all of the collapsed houses and also the cabins throughout Pleasant Valley. Just make sure when you spawn here to head inside to the visitor center, where you'll usually find Scorched roaming around the entrance and also the upper and lower floors, and sometimes you'll be able to find a couple of Spooky Scorched. When you head back out, make sure to head towards the cabins and onwards towards Skullbones Vantage, as you'll be guaranteed to find at least a couple roaming the grounds. And lastly, before we wrap up today's video, just a quick couple of tips while hunting down Spooky Scorched. If you can, definitely look out for the event Line in the Sand, as similar to the Collision Course, this event will have you defending the entrance of Fort Defiance against several waves of multiple Scorched, and especially when Spooky Scorched are around, you'll get some great chances to find some Spooky Scorched here too. However, unlike Collision Course, this event can't be triggered, so you'll just need to be on the lookout when Line in the Sand spawns as a public event. Also, make sure to check out as many locations around the map as you can, as these aren't the only locations Spooky Scorched will spawn at, and there are other locations people tend to have some great luck in finding them. And if you know of any locations that you think might be worthwhile for others to check out, make sure to leave a comment below and share some of your favourite spots. And there you have it, my top 5 locations to find Spooky Scorched. Hopefully today's video helped you narrow down some of the best spots to hunt down those Spooky Scorched. And if you're new to the game, hopefully be able to pick up some of the rewards available a little bit easier. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to click that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification button to keep up to date with everything Fallout related here on the channel. And before we head on out, I want to say a massive thank you to all of our channel members and subscribers over here on YouTube, as it means the world to me that you enjoy my content and the work that I produce. For our Bethesda fans, if you find yourself shopping on the Bethesda store and would like to support the channel, you can use my creator code BTPineapple034 to receive 20% off of your purchases at checkout. And if you'd like to support the channel in a more personal way, consider checking out my merch store, which has an array of t-shirts, mugs and other pineapple related merch, which I'll leave in a link in the description of this video. And lastly, to you, the viewer, the person who stumbled upon this video, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, Vault Dwellers, stay safe out there in the wasteland, welcome to Vault 93, and I'll catch you all in the next video.